Have you ever started a wash and when it started fermenting, it started volcanoing out of the airlock? Well, let's have a look what we can do about it. Have a look at this. Right, welcome back ladies and gents. I am still brewing and I hope you are too. Today I'm covering off a video on an aggressive fermentation. So this is a sugar wash I'm doing. It's a second generation yeast. Basically what that means is I've saved it from my last wash and I've used it in this one. I'll cover that off in another video. But so it's a second generation yeast. I've started the fermentation and it is going like a rocket. It is going through the airlock, coming out the airlock, spilling out all over the lid. There's mess everywhere. It is aggressive. So what can we do to calm that down? Well, the simple thing here, and it's called a blow-off tube, and it's very simple to do, and 9 times out of 10 you won't need it, but when you've got an aggressive fermentation like this, you're going to need it. So very simple. Use what you've got. There is posher methods of doing it, there are better ways of doing it, but use what you've got at home. You're going to need a container for it to blow off into, and you're going to need some tubing to run from the vessel down into that chamber. Fill it with water. Does it need to be distilled water? Does it need to be spring water? Not really. As long as it is below the level of your airlock, it's not going to go back into the system. So as long as it's below, keep it below, run some tubing. Now every airlock, every bucket is going to be different. For mine, for this one, I've got various airlocks, I use different ones, but for this one, with a little bit of silicone tubing attached to some other tubing that I've got that I use for various things, I can attach this onto my airlock like so, and then all I need to do is drop that into the water. And it's going to act exactly the same as an airlock. The CO2 is going to come up through the tube, it's going to drop down into this water chamber, it will be released via the bubbles coming up from the tube into the atmosphere, and it's going to stop that getting blocked up, it's going to stop the lid blowing off or anything like that. And you can just see it's starting to come up already. This is an aggressive fermentation, and not all of them are going to be aggressive. Like I say, 9 times out of 10 you're going to have a perfectly fine fermentation, but if you ever have this issue and you need to fix it, this is a brilliant way to do it. So straight away, here we go. I don't know if you can see it or whether you can hear it, but straight away we're getting that aggressive bubbling coming out through the tube. Now I will leave that. There's no point in me putting the airlock back on. Let's just leave it, let it do its aggressive fermenting. And at least we know we're safe, we know the lid's not going to blow, we know it's not going to spill everywhere, it's not going to overflow. So this is a blow-off tube, very simple to do. Make it however you want to, make it with whatever the things you have at home, jugs, whatever. It's dead easy and it saves you a disaster. There is various reasons why you might have an aggressive fermentation. It may be that your vessel's just too small and you've not left enough headspace. But I know for me this is a big 32 litre bucket. I've only gone to 25 litres, but this one is going off like a maniac. So it is an aggressive fermentation. Never had issues with this one in the past. Now if you've got better ideas on how to do it, you might want to share some better methods, by all means drop me a comment. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Keep the channel going ladies and gents. This is my way of doing it and it works. Alright, ladies and gents, until next time, keep on brewing.